How to make geometric planter boxes for your patio. Adding planters to a plain patio or deck adds interest and life and makes your outdoor space an extension of your home. Cedar fence pickets from the home improvement store can be transformed into a 15-inch square geometric planter, perfect next to a seating area and layering with other planters. You will need a good understanding of woodworking, but if you're comfortable using a miter saw, this project can easily be done in a weekend. Things you will need: 6-foot cedar fence picket 3.5 per planter, miter saw, pocket hole tool, 1-inch screws, clamp, drill, air stapler, tape measure, orbital sander, waterproofing sealant, safety goggles, hearing protection, dust mask. Step 1. Cut the cedar pickets. Using a chop saw, cut 11-inch sections D18 per planter and 5-inch section D8 per planter. Step 2. Drill pocket holes. Pocket holes are drilled at an angle and allow you to join the wood from the interior so that the screw is hidden. Below are the measurements for the pocket hole placement for the square and the T-shape, which will become the triangle. Drill the pocket holes for the square 3 inches from the sides on 5 of the 11-inch sections. Drill the pocket holes for the T-shape. Mark the center of 8 of the 11-inch sections in all of the 5-inch sections and 1 inch from the center of the 11-inch sections. Center the 5-inch section on the 11-inch section. Step 3. Join the cedar pickets. Insert screws to connect the cedar fence pickets. Step 4. Cut the angles. For the square, set the bevel of the chop saw to 27.5 degrees and the miter angle to 0 degrees. Cut all 4 edges to create 10 3/4 inch squares. Step 5. Cut the angles on the T-pieces. For the triangle, leave the bevel of the chop saw at 27.5 degrees and the miter angle at 0 degrees. Cut the 11-inch edge the top of the T-shape. Next, set the miter angle on the saw to 30 degrees. With the top of the T-shape against the saw fence, make the first cut from the corner toward the bottom of the T-shape. Rotate the triangle so the last cut edge is now against the fence, and cut the third side at 10 3/4 inches. This will leave you with an equilateral triangle with 3 10 3/4 inch sides. After the cuts are made, the pieces will look like this. You will need 5 squares and 8 triangles per planter. Step 6. Sand the corners. Prepare the pieces to be assembled. Sand the 4 corners on the squares at approximately a 45-degree angle. Because the square panels meet at the corners to create a 90-degree angle, the angle on the cut edge needs to be sanded to at least a 45-degree angle. This doesn't need to be exact but at least a 45. The corners on the triangle do not need to sand it. Step 7. Assemble the planter. Assemble the planter with an air stapler using the following sequence. First, staple 4 triangle sections to the edges of a square to form the base. Second, staple 4 squares to the triangle sections from the base. Third, staple the top 4 triangles to complete the planter. Step 8. Raise the planter. If desired, flip the planter, and staple 2-inch squares and set about 2 inches from edge from the remaining cedar picket to serve as feet for the planter. Step 9. Drill drainage holes. Drill 4 half-inch holes. This size doesn't need to be exact to allow water to drain from the planter. Step 10. Protect the cedar. Cedar naturally weathers well, but for added protection, apply waterproofing sealer to protect the cedar. Step 11. Fill it. Let the sealer dry per the product's directions, and then fill it with your favorite flowers. Each planter will take about half yard of potting soil.